Rogue trader and So You Think You Can Dance host Natalie Bassingthwaighte grew up with three sisters who've clearly had a huge impact on her. She's teamed up with one of them, Nicky, to write a self-help guide for teenagers to help deal with the fears and insecurities that are normal at that time of life. Christi Malthouse met up with Nat and Nicky to learn about the Sistahood.
Well, Natalie Nicky, thank you for joining us. It's very exciting now that the book has been launched. Tell me what it's about.
It's about girls. It's for girls, about girls. It's an inspirational book for young girls to believe in themselves, follow their dreams, love who they are, celebrate differences in themselves and other little girls.
It's also a book that they can, it's a journal, so they can write in it themselves. So it's about learning about yourself. They can share it with their best friends, their mums.
We've got our crazy stories
girls,
in there and lots of really embarrassing photos. So, so they have to put theirs in as well.
Yeah. Where did the idea come from?
We've spent a lot of time talking over the years, and just about us being very, very different women or girls, and still finding our own way to be happy. And we really wanted to get that across in the book, just to point out that you don't have to be a particular type of girl. There's a lot of pressure on young girls today to be a certain type or to live up to a certain standard, and we just wanted to really say, you know what, everyone's different, just be comfortable with who you are.
I think Nicky as well gets asked, so how is it having a sister in the spotlight? And you know, and Nicky's like, well, I've got two other sisters, and we're all, quite successful at what we're doing, and we're already passionate about what we're doing, have our own different families, and so that's great. It doesn't mean that she's better than me or I'm better than her. It's just we are really different, and we all appreciate that.
So the fact that you're one of four girls, is that how you came up with the issues that young girls are facing? Because each girl probably would have faced different issues.
Probably, because we did all go through growing up differently. We all have our own issues and our own insecurities and our own things that we achieved. So yeah, I guess we got
competition.
To see a good
it is hard. It's hard having four girls in a household at any time, let alone for your growing up your whole lives. And but we. Now we've grown into really strong women that we really have learnt to appreciate each other a lot more. And I don't know, it's good in the end. You do fight a bit when you're younger, but ultimately we are all different, and we're really proud of that.
So where did all the information come from? Because it's almost like a self-help book.
A lot of it is mainly our experiences, and we wanted to be really careful with that. We're not saying that this is what you need to do. We're saying this is the challenges that we faced. This is how we got through them, and then we asked the girls to write down their own challenges and to start to think about how they would get through them. So
just tips, like casual tips. We didn't want to come across as like psychologists or anything like that. While we're saying this is how you solve this issue, we're saying this is how our advice on how to get through some certain things. And so in the end, we've put in the book some websites and phone numbers of where to go if you've got if there's professionals. Exactly. So we didn't want to kind of take that on board. It's just a very light-hearted look at it. But for us, those issues were really big growing up, and so hopefully that can help a little bit.
You both talk about low self-esteem issues in the book, and I'm another person that suffers from that. Do you think that's a big issue that young girls in particular suffer from?
I think so, and for me, part of this book, I've really learnt that I always thought, being a sort of a shyer girl, that my insecurities were, something that was unique to me, and that it was all something wrong with me. And then to realise that somebody like Natalie has insecurities as well, and she's very confident and very outgoing. But the reality is, we all face it, and there's just so much pressure in the world at the moment that we really wanted to show girls that it's okay, we all have it.
Everyone relays it differently, like I might appear more outgoing and more like woo, and so that's my way of dealing with my insecurities or whatever, and Nicky might be more quiet. So we've learnt so much about each other just doing the book ourselves. And I mean, we did research, we did a lot of stuff on the net and different other books, and
we spoke to a lot
kids
of young girls
and just asking them, like how they feel about situations and
how they get through it as well.
And why did you think even 8-year-olds would need something like this?
The main reason is we wanted to get, what we find is girls go from being children to being teenagers really fast, and there's this whole in-between age where it's a real transition, and at the moment, kids just grow up too fast, and they're forced, because they're growing out of the childhood stage, they're forced into this teenage world which they're not ready for.
Yep.
And we want to give them the skills that they need for teenage years before they get there, so they know how to recognise challenges, how to overcome them before they reach those really tricky issues that teenage years bring.
And even appearance, you know, like the young girls now at 8, whether, I mean, you know, we've got nieces and Nicky's got a daughter, and they want to be Bratz and they want to be Barbie and they want to be Paris Hilton and they want to be this at 8 years old. They're doing the, you know, they're watching all the music channels and they're doing all their stuff, and it's
scary.
It's scary, you know. We just want them to be real, like, girls and be creative and, you know, use their mind more than trying to be someone else. Just find out who you are and be true to that.
Yeah. So You Think You Can Dance, the success of it, have you been surprised just how popular it is?
I think you're always surprised at anything that becomes a success. I mean, you hope it does, but you can't kind of be too self-righteous, or I don't know what the word is, but just to go, yeah, well, it's going to be great. Yeah. I mean, I believed in the idea of the show, which is really encouraging and supporting the arts and dancers and getting them out there, and I knew that the show was going to be more based on self-belief and not really kind of, you know, whacking everyone down and saying you're terrible. Like, that's what I really loved about the American series, and so sort of being on board a show like that is really exciting, and it was something that I needed for my soul as well. I was like, oh, I need something like to feel, you know, to make me feel good as well. And I did a lot of musical theatre, so I know what it's like. I mean, even acting and whatever, I know what it's like to put yourself on the line, to go out for hundreds of auditions and go, no, sorry, no, sorry, no, sorry. It really hurts, and it's really hard to kind of get back on that horse and just keep going. And I absolutely love it. The first, I mean, again, it's like writing a book. It's like challenges for me. I don't know why I keep putting myself out there, like, what are you doing to yourself? But it was something that I was really nervous about, and I thought, I don't know how to host a show. That's silly. What am I thinking? And then I just thought, well, I want to learn that. And at first, obviously, like, you know, we were laughing the other day, like, imagine watching the first episode back. Like, I was shaking and just got better, you know, and you can kind of challenge yourself, and people can, you know, pull you down for not being great, and then you go, well, you know, check this out, it's going to get better. You know, so it's fine. I love it.
I see you watching me, watching you. I can see you. And now you see just where you gotta be. I see you watching me, watching you.
You're touring with Road Traders soon, is that once So You Think You Can Dance?
Actually, So You Think You Can Dance finishes on the 27th, I think, is the grand final, and then on the 29th we start our tour. It was going to be the 28th, and I said, guys, can I have one day? So yeah, we're touring nationally for a month, which we haven't toured for 18 months, and we're gearing up now, getting some new surprises for the show, and we're going to sort of more regional areas as well, bringing it back to where we sort of first started. It's probably going to be the last tour for a while, because I'm going back overseas and got a solo album out at the end of the year, apparently. I don't know when, but at some stage. So yeah, we're really, really excited about that too. It's going to be cool.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you very much for fitting us into your schedule, and good luck with the book with Sistahood.
Thank you.